Hey, what's up guys? I'm gonna show you a basic arm drag with the gi, and then we'll talk a little bit. I'll show you like a little counter and how to kind of stop. Well, not just counter, but like a little series and kind of how to stop your arm drag.
So if I have Nicole here inside my guard, so the great thing of the gi is we're spoiled because the grips allow us to do things that we wouldn't be able to do in no gi. So what I'm going to use here is I'm going to use a cross grip here, where I'm going to cuff the sleeve and grab, and I'm going to use a seam grip, where I want to grab right where the gi comes together. Okay, I don't want to grab on the side, I don't want to grab at the elbow, I want it right at the armpit. These are the two grips I want to get. All right, now I like this grip a lot in the gi. It's a great way of starting to break their posture down. So we have to understand the basic mechanics of breaking the posture. So when I'm trying to break posture, I'm using my legs to pull forward, but if she has these columns, it's going to be really tough to do so. And when there's a lot of tension, it's very tough for me to drag. So using my hips to create some space a little bit to relieve the tension, and then starting to drag is where I want to be, is what I want to use. Now, a lot of times with these grips, people may get frustrated and try to break this grip, so they're going to relieve the tension on their own. They're going to take the column off, so keep your hands on my body, and then just lift that hand up like you talked in class. Yeah, so they're going here, whether they're trying to put their forearm on your neck, like untrained opponents do, or they're just trying to circle their hands free and try to do something. So they're going to move, and then I can drag this arm across. Now my grip here, I want you to pay attention to my right hand. Most people, what my right hand I'm going to do is I'm going to punch this away. So my palm's facing away, my knuckles are into her forearm. This is very important that I'm using a straight arm grip and I have my knuckles like so. Don't do it like this. It's really difficult for me to hold that grip, and I'm going against the grip where I'm going to lose everything, okay? So when I have both these things and I punch across, from here I'm going to grab her armpit. I'm going to cut the angle with my hips, relock, elbow, and then from my elbow, I'm using my legs here to lift my hips up. I just want to put my one foot between her legs. Now I'm chested back. I can start worrying about trying to take the back here. Now there's a couple options that you can do from here. I'm just going to give you one. I need to make space to put my foot in, so I'm going to open the door. I go underneath, open the door, now my foot goes in. And then I could choose to flatten her out, go for attacks now, or simply just fall to my side and then set up my seatbelt grip, okay? So once again, I just want to break the mechanics down a little bit from here. So let's pivot this way a little bit so I can see all this stuff. Keep going. So right now, like I get my two grips. This is where I want to start with, okay? I get my two grips. I'm going to hip up. I'm going to drag. Realistically, you may hip up, drag, and then run into an elbow grip, like an elbow frame, and that's okay. Just do it again until we drag. Remember, palm away. If you can see my knuckle, I'm stiff arming this. Now I'm just going to show you the mechanics here. I'm going to keep this grip. Nicole, I want you just to try to pull your arm back across the body. Yeah, good, good. Come back. So now I'm going to add grip. I'm going to add mechanics to this as we go. So I'm going to do this, and now I'm going to pull my legs in. Do that now. Tougher, but she still wins, right? Now I'm going to do this with my arm. Do it now. Tougher. Now I'm going to cut the angle. Do it now. Can't go anywhere, right? So all those mechanics have to be added in. Okay. Now once I have this, I'm going to let go. Get your arm back across the body. Still tough. Okay, so I don't need to hold the grip anymore. I need to get to my elbow. I would like to get to my hand. You can do this with your elbow, but I'm keeping my chest tight to her. I'm going to use my weight on my leg here to lift my hips up. So that way I can get behind her, put my hook in, readjust my weight. I have to stay behind her back now. Okay, so now that I have my hips connected to her, if she stays here, look, I open the door. She wants to protect this. She wants to keep this thing hidden. Okay, so I'm going to open the door, step my heel in, and then I can lean off to the side and go for my back kicks. Okay, so the basic arm drag is very powerful. That cross grip is very, very powerful. And you can set that up a bunch of different ways. Sometimes I'll just set it up from here. We're just playing. We're facing normal. Guys are staying on their knees and stuff. I'll get my two cross grips. I like this because look, holding this grip. Like, we're going to talk mechanics here. Pull your arm away. It hurts. If I connect it to something, pull your arm away. I'm stronger, but it still hurts. But if I grab here, pull your arm away. Tougher, pull your arm away. You see how like if I make a connection with my body, with my elbow, it's harder for them to pull away. So sometimes I'll get these two grips, and then if they decide to try to pass off of this, it's just a bad idea because then I can use this to start going to their back as well. So the cross grip is extremely powerful. So if we reverse the roles here, don't show this to your friends if you're going to try the arm drag on, because I'm going to show you how to stop. I'm gonna give you a concept on how to stop basic arm drags. So anytime my arms get dragged across the body, here, she has an option to go to my back, okay? So it's gonna start, I want you to focus, everything in jiu-jitsu is with the hips. So I want you to focus on her hips. So just go ahead and go slow, just go to my back. Notice how she's gonna do the move, I'm just gonna talk, go ahead. So as she starts going to my back here, notice how she's gonna bring her hips, yeah, keep raise your body all the way, go my back all the way. Here, her butt comes in the air, yes, her hips have to come up in order for her to take my back, go back down. So her hips have to come up in order for her to take my back. So I'm gonna show you something here. So as she grabs my arms across and grabs here, step your foot up and put your knee into her hip. Try to go to my back now. Good. Nice. Go back. So if I can prevent her hip, and of course I'm not going to sit there like I just did in that video. Go ahead and spin this way. But when I step my foot up like that, it slows her down. So watch. So go ahead and spin. So she starts going to the back. That foot comes up. Go to the back. Go ahead. As she's doing this, I want to use my elbow and bring my arm back across, and then start squaring back up. Go this way. Go back in the guard. Good. So again, she starts going. Pause. My knee comes up. That's going to buy me some time. I can't sit here, so I want to take this arm and start wedging it back across. So pretty much what my knee is doing, I'm going to replace my knee grip with my elbow grip. That keeps her hip down. She can't take my back if she can't get her hip up. So I keep my knee like that, then the elbow, and then I start coming back, okay? If I just keep my knee up forever, you'll see eventually she'll go to the back or get a sweep out of it. But I step my knee up, and then I can start wedging my elbow back across, okay? If I don't use my knee, go back in 1 second. If I don't use my knee, I'm just gonna have to fight a lot with my hands. So if we're here, keep tight, don't even climb them back, just stay tight to me. Knee drag, pull this, I'm actually guiding her, I'm actually helping her go to my back. Whereas if I get my knee up, and I can start blocking that, then I can get my elbow back. Hopefully that makes sense, using your knee to kind of block their hip, to buy you some extra time, pull your arm back across the body. Enjoy guys, let me know what you think.